Well, hello, good evening everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you're doing fantastic out there. In this video today, I have a new offering from Fire Maple that I'm really excited to announce to you guys. This is the Fire Maple Petrel. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. I want to say thank you to Fire Maple for sending this out for review. This is an ultra light pot. It has a 600 milliliter capacity. It is a fast boil pot because on the bottom of the pot it has a heat exchanger. So it's a double tick design. Very, very nice. A lot of these companies that have pots that have heat exchangers have tremendously fast boil times, and I'm really happy about this because this fits their Polaris regulated stove. On the side here we can see some specifications. It gives us a list of the types of materials that this is made out of. So you got aluminum alloy, you got Triton, you got stainless steel, PVC, and silicone. Now here is the unfolded dimensions and the folded dimensions. I don't have my reading glasses on right now, so please read that for yourself. And right there you can see the weight of the pot. It is a lightweight pot built for expeditions and trekking. And again, it has a 600 milliliter capacity. Right down here you have some social media and internet connections where you can find Fire Maple. And then of course right here we have a really nice detailed breakdown of all the components that you'll find on this pot. If you don't know what you're looking at, like number one for example, you come up here, it is the lid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. I am very, very excited, and I think Fire Maple did such an amazing job with this one, doing this and putting a heat exchanger. So there's nothing left in the package, as you can see. It does come in this really nice Fire Maple bag. They have some really nice stuff sacks that they put their products in. Let's go ahead and take it out. This is really nice. I like this a lot. So if we squeeze these together, this unlocks the handle. So we'll just go ahead and take the paper off. You can see that it does have a silicone grip here, so it can lock the handle into place. I like that style of handle. And then on the top you have a really nice lid. Very nice lid with a silicone handle on it. So, and it fits really good. And you have a pour spout, so if you wanted to pour some liquid, maybe you're cooking hamburger or something and you want to pour the liquid out, you have these holes right here that lets you do that. And one thing that I'm always looking for on pots, and you don't see it very much, is the graduation markers stamped into the side. So you can read them from the inside or you can see them from the outside. This is nice when you're going to be cooking something and you want to know how much water you're adding to something. Maybe you're doing noodles or soups or something like that. And then of course on the bottom, look at that awesome heat exchanger. That is going to really help bring in some fantastic boil times. Now, adding to the picture here, we're going to take a look at the Polaris stove by Fire Maple. This is an amazing little stove, and when we fold these arms out just like this, take a look at this. This stove is custom fit for this pot. It just fits right there, just like that. It's an amazing fit. Look at that, the stove. So you can set the pot right on there, and you have the heat exchanger now, which is going to make that water boil extremely fast. So I'm really excited about that. This is a fantastic stove. It's a pressure regulated stove. Works really good. I've taken it on many outings and it's never let me down. And here I have 600 milliliters of room temperature water, and it's not real hot or cold outside. It's just probably 60-70 degrees out right now. I'm going to go ahead and do a boil test. So we will thread this on to some fuel. Get that on just like so. We will get our timer ready. I'll set that right there in the back. And let's go ahead and get this boil test started. So let's kick on the stove. There we go. Now from here, we will put the lid on the pot. We'll set it on the stove and start this timer. We'll see what it does. I believe we are at a light boil. Take a look at that, folks. We have already reached a light boil. I'm going to go ahead and stop the time. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Look at that boil. That is fantastic. That thing is a performer. I better turn this down and turn the heat down so I don't boil over. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So it basically turns this stove into a mini jet boil or a mini MSR wind burner. It's just amazing the technology that they put into this pot. I like it a lot. Look at how quick it came back up to a boil. So if it's cold outside and you want your coffee and you want it quick, this is a good option for you. Okay, that was fantastic. So what I did is I went and I poured that water out. I let the pot cool to room temperature and I got a new batch of water. I feel a little bit of wind coming. So what I want to introduce to you is their windscreen, FMW 510. This windscreen weighs 27 grams. It's made out of aluminum, and this is also from fire maple. So let's go ahead and open this up, take a look at it and see if it changes our performance in boiling the water. So here's a look at the windscreen. It's got really nice heavy duty hinges and it's tall. So this will fit around whatever type of stove or whatever you're working on, and it'll hopefully give us some better boil times. So we'll lift this out. Let's go ahead and start the stove, and we'll start our timer over and everything like that, and we'll do another boil test. So let's go ahead and kick this on. There we go. Let it warm up a little bit, and I want to see how the performance changes. Remember, we had 2 minutes and 46 seconds before. So let me clear that out. We'll go ahead and crank this up, and we'll set the new pot on there with the new water, just like that. Put the lid on, and let's go ahead and start that time. See what it does with the windscreen. I'm gonna just close this up. And I believe we're already at a boil. Take a look at that. 2 minutes, I'm gonna stop the time. Look at that water. We are already at a boil. That is fantastic. So having the windscreen cut 45 seconds off of our boil time. That is wonderful. Let's turn this down. I'm really impressed with the performance, not only of the stove, but of the Petrel and the windscreen. This is fantastic. So this is all real lightweight gear, and if you got wind, it doesn't matter what kind of stove you're using either. This windscreen will help. That's nice. That thing's big. Look at that. It's made very well. Very durable, very sturdy. Yeah, I like that. Comes in a nice plastic case too. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's take a look at this pot and talk briefly about nesting options. So the fuel canister that I use to boil the water is an 8-ounce canister, and obviously it's too large, it won't fit in here. So we'll take that 8-ounce canister out of the nesting options conversation. So now if we have a 4-ounce canister, it'll fit right down in the pot very easily. Now the question that some of you might have is, can the stove fit in there as well? If you leave it in the case, the answer is, I would say no. It would be a tight fit, you'd have to shove it in there. It's close, but it's too tall if you try it this way. And if you did it this way, you'd really have to push down, and I just don't like forcing gear inside of other gears. So my solution for that question would be if we bust this open and take this stove out of the case. Look at that, it fits very easily in there. You could also put a Bic Mini in there and your lid fits on very nice. Close the little handles and this would fit very nice. So you do have a good nesting option in my opinion, and that's the one I just shared. Hopefully that information helps you out. The windscreen obviously is not going to fit in there. Now you do have an option to put the stove on the outside of the canister here, you know, so you could put it in the storage bag like that. If you have the stove in there, you could do something like that as well. So there's lots of options when it comes to nesting. I like the one that I showed here. Another nesting option, if you don't want to carry the 4-ounce fuel, but all you want is the stove in there, you can put the stove in there. You could also put the lid. Everything fits very clean in that pot. Not quite, it's pretty tight, but it does fit. So you do have this option. So if you don't want to take the stove out of its container, you can put a 4-ounce canister in the stuff sack as well. So that's pretty nice. Well folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video, taking a look at the Fire Maple Petrel. This thing is awesome. It reminds me of a Jetboil or the MSR wind burner. It's awesome. It performed well, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And then when I added the windscreen, it knocked it down to just over 2 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in any of these products, please check the description box down below. I'll put a link to where you can find them. I really like what Fire Maple's doing with these very, very innovative products. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.